Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I'll be making a penny slider card using the this stamp and die set from Apple Blossom, which I got on Craft Stash. They have, I think, oh gee, I don't even know, I can't remember now. I think there's probably 4 or 5 different themes of penny sliders. I know for certain they have a bowling one because I considered getting that one. There's a train one, I think. And there's this one, the golf theme one, and I think there's another one. But what's cool about it is that I actually did not know until I got the die set, stamp and die set, that the die that cuts out the slot for the track that the penny is going to travel along, it actually cuts out your entire card front panel too. So I think for convenience that's awesome. Of course you're giving up a little bit in terms of versatility because you basically, I mean, you can trim this down to a different size card if you want, but the placement of where that track is pretty much fixed because it's all part of one die. But super convenient, also super convenient because I wanted this to be nice and sturdy. So I die cut it once out of 120 pound. But because this is golf themed and I wanted this to sort of resemble a golf course, I wanted the top layer to actually be green. And what's nice about having the die that actually cuts out your entire card panel with the slot is that I can die cut it twice and it's guaranteed they're going to perfectly line up and match. So what I'm doing here is filling the back with foam, and I'm trying to make sure that this foam is thick enough so that it's thicker than my penny, so my penny can slide smoothly. And I do plan to insert the what was cut away from the green. I want to insert that back in so that you don't see the card base, but rather you'll see green, so it's a little bit more seamless. The die set includes a lot of different golf themed items. There's one die that's just a plain circle die that is smaller than the golf ball. I'm not 100% certain what that is. I'm wondering if that's meant to be the instead of a penny, you could use that as a backing plate. I'm not sure. But what I wanted to do was also add the this sort of oval shape is supposed to be kind of a forced perspective on the hole. And so I just lined that up at the end of my track here, and I used the same die that cut out this entire panel with the penny slider track, and that way I can cut into that oval that's black and have that be perfectly shaped. And now, I thought I had chosen foam that was thick enough, but once again, and I've done this before, it's not as thick as I would like. The golf ball will travel, just not as smoothly and easily. So here I am placing that hole back in, and that way when the golf ball reaches the hole, it really does look a little bit more realistic as if it's going into the hole. So that's why I wanted to do that partial die cut there. But I don't know if I recorded myself fixing this, but because I left so much space around the slider track on the underside where I was placing all that foam, I was able to actually fit a few more foam squares that were thicker than what I originally used on the rest of the panel. And so what I did was, in 4 or 5 locations along that slider track. All I did was I just cut little pieces of foam squares from foam that was thicker than what I used originally. And then I just snuck those in under my card panel. And the result of that is that the entire card panel is not going to be 100% level at the same level, but right around the path of the slider track, it's slightly more raised because I used that thicker foam. And that was enough to get the golf ball um to move more smoothly. So it's also a trick that you can do if you don't want a super thick card and you're worried about mailing it, because I think potentially what you could do is use low profile foam for the majority of the back of this card, and then just near where the track is, um add some foam that's thicker so that there's enough thickness there, or there's enough clearance there for the penny to travel smoothly. I haven't tried that besides this card, but I didn't use low profile foam for the majority of the back. I used my regular kind of 2 to 3 millimeter, but I think I needed something closer to 4 to 5 millimeter in order for that penny to travel smoothly. And I did, so I'm brushing on a little bit of anti-static powder, or I just use baby powder, and that does help to smooth things out. And so you can see that it does travel okay, but I wanted it to be a little bit more foolproof. And so here I'm just testing if I added more clearance and lifted that edge up a little bit, would that help? And it definitely did. So that's why I put a little bit extra thick foam. And so now you can see it moves really, really smoothly. So you can always recover from these things. There's almost always a way. So the key was that I just left myself a lot of space around that slider track, so I was able to fit in that little bit of extra adhesive, and now it works perfectly. I hope that you enjoyed this card, and I'll leave links to everything in the description box below. Until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye!